Good morning, guys. Here we are at Oleno State Park in High Springs, Florida, alongside the Santa Fe River. We're spending the weekend here after our long weekend up in Natchez, Mississippi. We're enjoying some of the trails this morning. We've got an owl presentation, owl as in the bird owl, presentation this morning at the Nature Center.
Oil.
As opposed to oil, yeah. So we are getting ready for that. We just thought we'd give a little intro to where we're at this weekend and enjoying ourselves so far. The weather is perfect. It was probably about 50 degrees this morning, and it's starting to warm up nice. So going on the trails has just been wonderful. It's clear skies, no rain in the forecast, so we're really going to have a great weekend. Unfortunately, Jan has to go into town a little bit this afternoon to visit one of her friends, but
Baby shower.
So I'm going to hang out here by myself. But we'll catch back up with you guys when we get to the owl presentation. We'll see you in a bit. Bye.
Bye.
I'm barely getting by. Got a heavy load. It's trying to break my mind. Can you tell me what you see? Maybe help me up this wall that's been blocking me. Hey, hey, getting closer every day. Hey, hey, getting closer every day.
Good morning. Here we are Sunday morning, our last morning here in Oleno State Park. We're going to do one more trail that we didn't get an opportunity to do yesterday.
Well, two trails.
Two trails. We're going to do the Dogwood Trail, and then there's another trail called Lime Rock Trail. So here is the sign right there, Dogwood Trail. Yep, Jan just about walked in front of it. She's trying to block the sign out. So we're going to walk the trail. You can see it kind of goes into a little dark hole here. We haven't been on this one yet, so we'll give it a try. Maybe we'll get some more video on the trail, definitely some stills or something like that, and we'll catch up with you later. Bye.
Bye.
Getting closer every day.
So here we are walking along the Dogwood Trail, and we come across this really interesting piece on the trail. There's this big lime rock that's been leaned up against this tree. I'm not doing very good here with the camera, so you have to forgive me. But leaned up against this tree, and it's been there so long, the tree is starting to grow around it. I'm going to zoom in on it here so you can see it. It is right here. You can see how the tree is growing into the rock. That's pretty wild if you ask me. So another tidbit from the trail. We're going to keep walking and maybe we'll run across something interesting like this again. Bye. Okay, here we are at the convergence of the Lime Rock Trail and the Dogwood Trail. So we're going to head down this and see where it goes. It's not very long. It's only about a half a mile to 3/4 mile long, but it looks like it goes to an old lime rock quarry. So maybe there's some pretty interesting things back in the quarry. We'll catch up with you on the trail.
Won't stop believing till I see myself where I need to be. This voice inside is my only guide. Gonna make sure I'm heard. Hey, hey, getting closer every day. Hey, hey, getting closer every day. Hey, hey, every day.
Hey guys, here we are at Oleno State Park, closing the video out under one of the big pavilions here in the park. This is a beautiful pavilion. If you had a family reunion or a big company picnic or something like that, this would be a wonderful place to have it. Plenty of tables, a lot of covered area that's nice and cool. Of course, probably summertime it's 90 degrees out here, but right now the temperature's perfect, a nice breeze blowing off the river, so this would be great. The park, we had a great time here. There is a lot to do at this park, and there's a lot to do in the surrounding area that we never even got to. There's a bunch of springs just inside of High Springs, so really, you could easily fill a long weekend or even possibly a week if you were to come to this area. There's a lot to do here. The campsites were nice. 2 loops. Something to keep in mind, the loop that we were on was called the dog loop?
Dog
I think
loop.
it was the dog loop. And it was the smaller of the 2 loops. The other one was called Magnolia, and it would be better suited to rigs that are like 30 foot and bigger. Definitely Class A, something like that, would want to be in the Magnolia loop. The dog loop was smaller. The road was a little bit tighter. Plenty of room for our little 23-foot Airstream. But if anything, I think if you were getting into 30 foot trying to back in, because all the sites in the dog loop are back in, so it'd be tough to get in there with as narrow as the road is. We didn't have much of a problem. Plenty of trails here. We had a good time hiking the trails. Good variety of terrain, going from hiking along the river to pine tree forest to a little lime rock quarry. A really nice variety of stuff to see. And of course, the big attraction here at the park is this is where the Santa Fe River goes underground. There's a trail that takes you out to the end of where the river is, and it goes underground. And then about 4 miles away? It's about 4 miles away. It reemerges, and the Santa Fe River picks up and then goes to the Swanee River. We did not do that trail. We didn't have time. It was a 4 mile one-way trail, so probably 8 miles total. We just didn't have enough time to go and see where the river comes back up out of the ground. Next time we come back, we'll definitely have to go do that, though. So I don't know about you, but I think this park was a 3 or a 4. Would you agree?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, we really like this park. Of the parks we've been to, this definitely ranks up there with some of the best. Staff was great. So we had a good time. And Jan reminded me, I almost forgot, we've got to do the tip of the trip this week because we started it last week and I almost forgot. This week's tip of the trip is definitely Jan, so I'm going to let her tell you about the tip of the trip this week.
Make sure you do not forget your tennis shoes or your hiking boots because it's not a good idea to use flip-flops. We did the trails and I only almost twisted my ankle once.
Yeah, thank goodness the trails weren't anything technical. It was all pretty well maintained, mowed, flat trails with a little bit of sand. But yeah, again,
don't do that.
Yeah,
it's not a good idea.
Yeah, Jan was afraid again that she'd miss out on something, so she said, "I don't care if I don't have my boots or my shoes. I'm going." So we persevered and we made it through the trails. She didn't want to miss anything, so we had a real good time. So I think we'll close the video out here. We had a good time. Remember, if you like the videos, that's thumbs up. Hit the like button. Whatever, hit it, slam it, beat it, whatever you want to do to like the video. Well, it was no double entendre there. So remember to like the video if you liked it and subscribe to keep up to date with all our new videos, and then you can go back through and see the old ones. On that note, we'll say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.